This video is going to be slow pace. It's not going to be overstimulating and you won't get any dopamine hits. And I know it for a reason. Only around 10% of people watching this video will look through the whole video. Interesting, because the people who will click off this video are the ones that need this advice the most. In this video, I'm not just here to teach you. I'm speaking to the younger version of myself, the one who needed this message the most. And I'll share the exact steps I wish I had known back then to reset my brain. We all have our phones within our reach constantly. The average American spends about 7 hours a day on their phone. If you live up to around 76 years old and started using your phone regularly at 16, you will spend 1,53,405 hours, 6,392 days or 17.52 years on your phone. That's over 23% of your life spent staring at a pixel screen. People do this because their brains are fucked, and if your brain's fucked, well, you are fucked. And the worst part about this, it's all designed. Every app, every notification, every autoplay feature, it's all engineered to keep you hooked for as long as possible. 2 videos playing at once, fast cuts, memes and trends, it's all meant to hijack your brain. We have reached a point where the average attention span of an adult human is equal to a goldfish, 8 seconds. That's it. And when your attention span goes down, so does your ability to focus, to think deeply, to enjoy simple pleasures in life. Your brain is rotting and you don't even realize it. So what is brain rot? Brain rot is what happens when your mind is exposed to excessive, uncontrolled screen time. It's when your brain becomes overstimulated, unfocused and dependent on quick hits of dopamine. I know this because I've been there. I used to spend 10 to 11 hours a day on my phone. That's almost 1.5 times the screen time of the average person. My phone was with me everywhere. While I ate, while I was taking a shit, while I lay in bed. I'd scroll through Instagram, YouTube and Conum, switching between them like I was on autopilot. And when I ran out of content to scroll through, I'd still find myself refreshing, looking for that next hit of dopamine. Here's the worst part. I wasn't just wasting time, I was losing myself. When I tried to work or focus, I'd make it to 4 or 5 minutes before finding an excuse to grab my phone again. I would doom scroll for an hour, then beat myself up for it, creating a cycle of distraction and guilt. The first thing I touched when I woke up was my phone. The last thing I saw before bed was my phone. I wasn't productive, I wasn't present, and one day it hit me. I couldn't remember the last time I had an original thought. But why does this happen? Even a 2-year-old needs cocomelon to eat their food. Adults can't go a moment without checking their phones. Why? Because of dopamine. There's a big misconception that most YouTubers have about dopamine. Dopamine isn't just a feel-good chemical. It's not simply released when you experience joy. Dopamine is primarily released in the pursuit of rewards. Our ancestors didn't get dopamine from simply enjoying their life. They got it while hunting, gathering, and striving for survival. The process itself was the reward, driving them forward. But now we have hacked this system. Apps, games, and social media deliver dopamine on demand by passing the hard work. So how do we fix our brains from brain rotting? Here's the thing. You can fix this, you can reset your brain, but it's going to take some effort. Right now, let's try something like an experiment. For the next few minutes, put the video on full screen and keep your attention on the video. Our lizard brain will try to tell you, let's just click off, or you need to be somewhere else doing something else. But for the upcoming minutes, have this in mind while watching the rest of the video. Listen if you catch your lizard brain telling you to click off, but if you decide to stay anyway, you would reject more stimulating, full of dopamine videos. And this is how the people who will click off are the ones that have already lost to their brains. Let's take full control. Step 1. Control your inputs. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything you expose it to. If you keep feeding it endless scrolling, notification and distraction, it will stay overstimulated. You need to take control of what you consume. Unfollow accounts that don't add value to your life. Mute notifications that aren't urgent. Set time limits on apps that steal your attention. But it's not just about your digital inputs. It's also about what you put in your body. Your diet affects your brain. Junk food like burgers, pizzas, and donuts wrecks your cognitive function and energy level. Feed your brain what it needs: whole foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of water. A clear mind starts with a healthy body. Step 2. Reclaim your dopamine. You need to break the cycle of overstimulation. Here's how. Cold showers. A cold plunge can increase dopamine levels by up to 250%. It's uncomfortable, but the long-lasting effects are worth it. I try to take cold showers at least 3 to 4 times every week. Exercise, physical activity. Any physical activity, whether it's calisthenics, boxing, hiking, or even gym, releases endorphins and boosts dopamine naturally. I work out 5 to 6 times a day doing push-pull leg, and on top of that, I've also recently started doing boxing. It's pretty fun. Yoga Nidra. This guided meditation practice can increase dopamine levels by 65%, helping you reset and recharge. These practices aren't quick fixes. They are habits that will rewire your brain over time. Step 3. Prioritize deep work. To reset your brain, you need to rebuild your focus. Start small. Set aside 20 minutes a day for uninterrupted work on something meaningful. Gradually increase the time as your focus improves. Step 4. Create space for boredom. When was the last time you let yourself be bored? Boredom is where your mind becomes clear and creative. Take a walk without your phone. Spend 10 minutes a day in silence. Allow your mind to wander. These moments of stillness give your brain the space it needs to reset and think deeply. Resetting your brain is about taking back control. Control over your attention, your habits, and your life. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, the real you, the focused and present you, is still in there. Take this as your sign to break free and reclaim your mind. Keep pushing forward one step at a time. Lastly, this is how you can reset your brain from rotting. But there's something I didn't tell you earlier. If you're feeling stuck, like you have hit rock bottom and are really struggling, you need more than just tips. That's where the real change begins. Click on this video to make the greatest comeback of your life with the practical steps that worked for me. I'll see you there.